You gotta get your head in the game. You gotta get your head in the game. You gotta get your head in the books because CSEC is around the corner. You gotta get on your Zoom because you do not have time to waste, my friend. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Nas, and I am a firm believer in the more prepared you are, the less anxious you will feel. So if you're feeling anxious about CSEC that is coming up closer, hit the thumbs up button so I can know how many of you actually need this advice, and stay tuned because I'm dedicating this video to sharing how you can feel less anxious. I know it's this daunting thing, CSEC, and the date is drawing nearer and you're anxious and you're worried if you're gonna pass and you're doing all these past papers and it's overwhelming and you just want to get it over with. I've been there, done that, so take it from me, you will be fine. I've actually been doing this series of CSEC tips on my channel for a while now, so definitely I would say after this video check out my playlist. You can do this. If it's a little push that you need, then I hope this video grants that to you. Comment below what subject has you the most anxious. Let me know in the comments below and I'll give you some more encouragement in the comments if that helps. Okay, so I'll be giving you 5 things that you need to do that will definitely help with your anxiety. Number 1, study with the examiner's reports. I did a video on my language channel about how to pass CSEC Spanish, and I will link that in the description below. If you're doing Spanish, check that video out because I went through how to study with the examiner's report and how you can strategically use it for acing the exam. But also I mentioned the fact that this is available for other subjects as well for free on Google. Get off TikTok and get your head in the game, get your head in the books, get on your Zoom because the examiner's report is quite literally telling you how to pass. Why? Because it details the examiner's comments on the candidate's strengths and weaknesses in the exam in that subject for that specific year. You can use those weaknesses and make sure you study those weaknesses, turn them into your strengths so that when you go into the exam, you don't make the same mistakes. All right. So I would say Google the examiner's reports for the subjects that you're especially anxious about. See, they even give you examples of what students wrote and what the examiner's comment on that response was. Was it a weak response? Was it a strong response? Make sure you study the trends of the strong responses and use that to determine how you answer the questions. Make sure you're using the trends of the strong response in your responses. Make sure what you can do is you can use that and pair that up with practicing with your past papers. Number 2, and this really helped my anxiety with my worst subject in school at the time of CSEC was definitely mathematics, and this helped me a lot. Marathons. Go to your CSEC marathons. Marathons are basically like a crash course for the subject, and they typically held virtually or physically, and it's usually really close to the actual exam. And basically it's like a crash course going through the syllabi of those subjects and what to expect in the exam. You do practice questions, you get constructive criticism on those questions, and personally I think that was what gave me the extra confidence to go and get my good grade for CSEC math. And on that note, if you're doing CSEC Spanish, I actually host virtual marathons annually to help you guys maximize your potential. I work with you, I give you constructive criticism, we go through past papers, we can go through the examiner's report, tips, and I really work with you and get you ready to ace that Spanish exam. So if you think that will be helpful for you, then email me. The email is in my description and we'll go through cost and the dates and get you ready, okay? But marathons are super helpful. Do not sleep on them. Even if you're doing a subject that you think you're fairly confident in, I think the marathons will still give you an extra boost, especially if you're feeling a little bit anxious, all right? So take it from me. Third, have a study routine that is actually appealing to your learning style. So if you're a visual learner, don't be listening to audios strictly primarily teaching you how to do something. If you're a visual learner, get a whiteboard in your room, or get a piece of paper that you can write stuff on and put it in a room where you can see it, or watch videos. There's so many like videos like this on YouTube of like teaching you how to pass the different subjects, practical tips from persons like me who have been where you obviously are about to go, and so we know exactly how to pass because we've done it. So we want to encourage you, help me help you pass, right? There are lots of videos. There's so much on this just one platform of YouTube that you can really milk and leverage. But I think it's very important just generally because lots of persons are studying and they're not studying according to their learning style, so it's not effective for them. It's very important for you to first and foremost determine what your learning style is and study accordingly. 4, do past papers and have them critiqued. I mentioned this earlier, but doing them and having them critiqued and seeing you actually get the questions right will definitely give you like a confident boost, because oftentimes the past paper questions are simply tweaked for the years to come. So they're not always going to be entirely new questions for the subjects. It's often repeated or tweaked versions of past questions. So if you can tackle those and get those right, or maybe you got them wrong, but now you know exactly how to get it right because you got it marked or critiqued, then when you go into the exam, you have a little bit extra confidence because you know that if a question like that comes again, which it likely will, you'll do much better this time around, and you'll do better when it counts in the actual exam. So get your past papers, link your friends. They probably have some hiding. Link their friends, look in those group chats that you have muted, open the group chats, they're probably sending stuff in them. Go through and practice. Lastly, and this is just something that personally helped me, but similar to how hearing someone's testimony can like motivate you, I think hearing other person's success stories for CSEC can equally motivate you. So again, YouTube, there are several videos on here. I actually did a video on my channel, which I will link in my description, where I spoke about how I was surprised with learning that I placed in the region for Cape Spanish. So I tell you exactly, you know, my thoughts leading up to it the year before, how I prepped for it, and kind of just what led to that moment. And it might just encourage you, even if you're not doing Spanish, but it might encourage you because as someone who has been there, done that, you're about to go into those same shoes, maybe in other subjects, and just hearing somebody else's success story can motivate you that, hey, if somebody else can do it, then you can do it. You know what I mean? So guys, I just think you have to study, one, smarter, not harder, and also leverage the platforms that you have like YouTube. Thank you for watching this video. You got this. All the best. You will get that distinction in that subject you're worried about. I pray that over you. Remember to comment below what subjects you are most anxious about, and if this video was encouraging in any way, then don't be shy. Share it with your friends, your classmates, your class group chats, and encourage your classmates as well. And you will see me in my next video. Bye. That's my way. Every single day.